Hello and welcome to Parliament Weekly with me, Clement Senakolo. Here on Parliament Weekly, we try to update you with the major news or information that made headlines in Parliament, the Parliament of Ghana. And for this week, the list of reshuffled ministers was presented to Parliament by the President. A list which is about 28 persons who some are coming in afresh, some are old ones who are being reassigned, and some are moving up from deputy ministerial positions to ministerial positions. So the list was presented to Parliament this week, and we are seeing a reshuffle of President Akufo-Addo's ministers for a long time now. And chief among these people who are taking up the new positions or are losing their positions is the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. Ken Ofori-Atta has been part of President Akufo-Addo's government since his first term in 2017, and he has remained in office until now. So when many saw his name among the reshuffled ministers, many eyebrows were raised. But now we know that he's no longer going to be the finance minister. And in his place, we have Dr. Amin Anta, who is going to take up the mantle where he's left off for the rest of the 8 months. We know that there's barely 8 months to the end of President Akufo-Addo's term. So this came up this week, and it has been a major topic for the country. And this list has been referred to the appointment committee for consideration, and very soon these ministers will go through the vetting, and after the vetting, then they will properly take their position. So another highlight for the week was the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2021. It was largely expected to go through its third reading and passage, was suddenly arrested by a motion for a second consideration stage. So the Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin moved a motion to arrest the bill from advancing to the third reading, and then after the third reading, then its passage. So he has called for a second consideration stage where they are going to look at some of the clauses again. So he has moved a motion for a second consideration stage to reconsider as many as 12 different clauses. Instead of giving them custodial sentences, he is actually preaching and actually advocating that these custodial sentences should be converted to community services. You know, this particular bill has been a very controversial bill. It's a private members bill that has been moved by some 8 members of parliament and being led by Samuel Nete George, the MP for Ningo Prampram. And some have called it anti-LGBTQ bill. And this particular bill has received a lot of support from faith-based groups and all. But there are also some human rights people who also think that this bill is infringing on the rights of the people with LGBT tendencies or considerations. So, in this vein, Alexander Afenyo-Markin is actually moving that this is a behavioral matter. So, why do you use custodial sentences trying to deal with a behavioral matter? But his opponents also say that this is not just a behavioral matter, but it is something that is a matter of choice that people have taken a choice to live a particular life that the community does not want. So there is a price to pay for it. So this debate is still raging, and by next week, when the bill is expected to come to a close and a passage, we're going to see a lot more happening on that bill next week. So you have to pay attention to what goes on in this bill come next week, and we will ensure that we bring it to your attention as well. So watch this space. Now again, the issue of the new standing orders also gained currency on the floor of Parliament this particular week. You know that the Parliament of Ghana has actually brought into being a new standing orders to actually match up with the exigencies of the time. You know, they felt that the old standing orders fell short at a point in time, at a particular point in time. Having practiced with this particular parliamentary democracy is now 30 years. So there's room for reformation. So this particular standing orders came into force in the 2nd of January 2024. So the speaker again reminded members of parliament that this particular new standing orders is meant to enhance the work of the Parliament of Ghana, and therefore must be taken seriously, especially reminding them of some of the major things or major innovations in the new standing orders, including the recital of the national pledge at the first sitting of every weekly sitting. So every first sitting, they will recite um, the national pledge, and then also they have a roll call. Hitherto it was not like that, but now they do have a roll call. They are also reforming some of the committees to meet up with some of the new things that have come up, as well as reducing the numbers at the committee so that there could be more time for people to be able to contribute and make impact at the committee level. We have also seen that the new standing orders is also making room for the committees to be opened up for media and then the public as well. So he reminded them that these are some of the things in the new standing orders that is meant to make the Parliament of Ghana more open, to make the Parliament of Ghana, move forward after 30 years of parliamentary democracy, so that some new things can happen um, with the Parliament. Still watching the Parliament Weekly with me, Clement Senakolo. Let me just add, as we wrap up this week's Parliament Weekly, that the Parliament also received a petition from a group known as Save Ghana Football, a group of demonstrators who actually want Ghana football to change. That there has been some mismanagement at the football level, and they demonstrated through the streets of Accra and then ended up at the forecourt of Parliament and sent a petition through their leadership to the leadership of Parliament. And what they want is that they want the Parliament of Ghana to intervene in the matters of the management of football in the country, which is in the bosom of the Ghana Football Association. And they called on the Speaker and the members of Parliament to do something about it. So the Speaker actually referred the petition to the Youth and Sports and Culture Committee to go and investigate and report back to the House. So the House will see what they will be able to do about it. In addition to that, let me say that the Minister for Sports also came to brief the House on the expenditure of the Ghana Black Stars in the just gone by AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, where Ghana performed abysmally, which Ghanaians are not happy about. And it is at the back of this that this particular group, Save Ghana Football, are demonstrating and calling for an intervention in the management of Ghana football. And so, on this note, we would like to draw the curtain here on the Parliament Weekly show. The Parliament Weekly show comes your way every week. We will give you an update of what has been happening to ensure that we continue to give you this. My name is Clement Sena Akolo. Please stay tuned and also watch out for our channel and subscribe so that we'll continue to bring you this kind of information. I hope that you enjoyed it. Enjoy yourself. See you again next time.